So I went to visit my home country for Christmas, and on the return flight, I had to make a connection in Panama at about 4 a.m. Our last story was super early in the morning, too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was going well and fine until I reached the gate. Now, the flight had been delayed due to bad weather and was picking up passengers from about 3 different flights before continuing flying south.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The gate attendant explained this over the intercom and reminded us that due to the flight being at full capacity, we were only allowed one carry-on with us aboard. This is the same. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's this anyway.
Same situation.
Same.
It's a carry-on.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Which you're only supposed to have one carry-on. You're only supposed to have one bag in the upper part, and then you have like
Like a
whatever can fit
backpack.
under your, or like your purse or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, this is when Karen, who was only missing the haircut
Oh, dang.
and had 2 carry-ons, started to grumble. About 15 minutes pass and Karen marches to the boarding desk, demanding to know why the plane wasn't there yet. The attendant explained to her again why it was delayed and told her the plane would be in about 40 minutes. Karen kept
Plenty of time for you to check that second bag.
Yeah, Karen kept on complaining. Most of us were trying not to pay her much attention since most of us were sleep deprived and tired. Yeah, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Eventually, the plane arrives, starts disembarking its passengers, and the attendant starts calling for us to make a line once our boarding group was called so we could board. While everyone was standing, Karen went up to the front of the line. Nobody paid attention, believing she was with the first group. Do you think she was in the first group?
No, I don't.
When the attendant asks for her ticket, Karen hands it over and the attendant points out she's in group 4 and must wait for her group to be called. This did not sit well with Karen, who demanded to be led on first as compensation for making her wait and wasting her time. They argued for a bit, but because the flight was already late, the attendant just gave up and started to scan her ticket.
They be pulling people off of planes for little bitty things, and they're letting this lady get away with that. I wouldn't even let her get on the plane.
I would have been like, you can catch another flight, lady, straight to HE double hockey sticks. Then, that's when she noticed that Karen had 2 carry-on bags. The attendant told her again that due to the packed flight, she would only be allowed one suitcase and the other would have to be registered and sent with the cargo, and gestured to the other attendant to start processing her bag. That's when Karen lost it and started complaining how this was ridiculous and demanded she better be let on with her 2 bags. The attendant, starting to get fed up with this, told her to calm down and that it could not be helped. Karen kept complaining, and we started to get annoyed because it was now about 5 a.m. and we just wanted to get on the flight. Seeing that this was going nowhere, the other attendant called the next person in line and started boarding while the OG attendant and Karen fought. At some point, an elderly woman boards with a man who is probably her son or something, and the guy is carrying what was obviously his and the woman's carry-on, and Karen renewed her tantrum over why he was allowed 2 bags while she was only allowed 1.
Oh my goodness.
Well, at about that point, it was my turn to get on the plane and I got on board. I don't know what happened to Karen after that, but I'm pretty sure she was not allowed to get on the flight since I was in one of the rows near the front and I did not see her pass at any point.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
They be dragging people off for their kids' masks falling down during COVID.
Shoot,
like, don't let these
crazy.
Karens out.
Exactly. And it's like,
I'm not saying all those people were right. Some of them probably did deserve to be taken off the flight, but then there's others that are.
Yeah, it's just like this situation. I feel like people forget that you are not owed anything.
Yeah.
You are not owed anything. Yeah. They absolutely had the right to tell her, you know what? If you don't want to follow our policy, you can find another airline that has a different policy.
Well, and not only that, but they were behind because of the weather. You know how many people get stuck at airports for hours or days?
Yeah.
Lady, get over yourself.
Get over yourself. Check your bag. Just check your stupid bag, you hateful heifer.
And like, okay, you have 2 bags. I would be like, okay, I thought I could take both of these on, which I don't know in what world that is allowed. Ever.
I know, I'm confused.
But like, move all the really important stuff to the one bag.
And they announced it. Like, she had an hour, plenty of time to do it.
She just thought she was above it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's exactly the definition of a Karen, is they think they're above it and that the world owes them everything. Yes. And you know what? Fun fact, the world owes you nothing.
Yeah.
Period, blank, point, whatever.
Mic drop.